Okay, here's my video demo of the Medeli DD502 electronic drum set. Okay, this drum set has a heap of different sounds for drums. The default page is, well, there are 4 pages to choose from in the menu system here, and the default one is kit. Obviously, you've got a choice of various different kits that you can choose. I'll just play a quick run through each one. That's the final in the 10 presets. Now you can go through and build your own drum sets. There are a lot of options here. If we switch to the voice page, the obvious place to start seems to be with a snare drum. There's a whole heap of drum sounds to choose from. Not sure where the drums start. You can assign any drum sound to any of the pads. Doesn't matter if it's brass type or skin type or even a foot pedal. You can assign whatever you want to any part of the kit. Okay, so starting with drum sounds. Okay, then we're into the toms from there. I like that drum sound, it's nice and natural. Let's try bass drums. Starting from number 1. And then we're into our first snare drum, which you'd be unlikely to assign to the bass drum, of course. It's got some really nice bass drum sounds. So I like the way you can combine an electronic sounding sort of bass drum with quite an analog sounding snare drum. Hi-hats, the hi-hat closed and open sound are combined into one MIDI sound on this. Let's see what we got. I actually think that's really nice. So let's get both sticks again. Got a bass drum sound that I like, a snare drum that I like, a hi-hat that I like. Alright, and so moving on to tom-toms. Again, we'll switch to that voice page. With this particular tom, I found a fun thing to do can be to switch between 2 snare drums, and that can give you some interesting rolls. The idea. But anyway, let's keep it as a tom for the moment. That cymbal's a little bit raspy for this kit, so let's try something different. It's this easy. You just hit it, number comes up, plus or minus. That's all there is to it. There's a nice ride cymbal. Incidentally, some of the ride cymbal sounds are very nice on this kit too. Okay. And of course we've got our second cymbal up here. As it happens, I've assigned the same ride cymbal to each one. So some interesting possibilities with sound blending. Now there's also a number of styles that you can play along with. That's the default one. Okay, it's nothing fantastic, but if I switch to the pattern page, there are some that are quite good. As it happens, I'm not having much luck finding one that's particularly good, but there are some that are pretty funny. Okay, well this is ruining my video, but anyway, I'm going to show you the good thing that you can do about the with the patterns is there's a little mixer built in there. So I can go to pattern, switch down the menu, and reduce the volume of the accompaniment, which can be good just to listen to the patterns. And have a think about how you might want to add some of those chops to your playing style. Bring back that accompaniment. And then we can reduce the volume of the drums. So that you can play along with that as well. Okay, what else can I show you on this one? We can change our tempo. By pressing mode and page together. Of course, got to turn my drums back up again. So there we go. We've got the main drums controlled by the rotary volume dial, and within the software you can control the drums within those patterns. So, finishing off, let's build another kit that sounds good. Changing our voice. Actually, let's build something that sounds a bit insane. You can also change the volume of any particular drum sound as well. So if I wanted a really soft snare, it's changing its level, it can go right down to 0. But it's nice to be able to control those subtle aspects, even though it is touch sensitive anyway. But to be able to control overall level is a really good feature and a really useful one if you're quite discerning about the way your kit's set up. Okay, I did like that. Tom sounds good. I'm going to have to change that bass drum to fit with the cymbal sound a little bit better. More volume please. There we go. Nice roomy sounding one. That is a truly awful snare. Every piece of equipment has its weak spots. But if you wanted to do something cheesy sounding, then everything's got its place, I suppose. That's a nice hard snare. Medeli DD502 electronic drum set. It's a budget kit, but it's really, really good fun.